Great. So let's start. I'm here to present you the work conducted within the Waste4Soil Project, where we use food processing residues to produce sustainable fertilizers. So the EU mission, A Soil Deal for Europe, defines healthy soil depending on its ability to deliver a range of vital ecosystem functions, such as water regulation, the biodiversity support, to nutrient recycling, climate mitigation. However, despite all that, 60% of soils in Europe are considered to be unhealthy. At the same time, soil represents the largest waste stream in the EU, with the production to be 520 million tons per year. So these figures highlight the urgent need to adopt innovating circular solutions for healthy soils. So the EU mission tries to deliver concrete results in research, innovation, policy, and practice by 2030. Its main goal is to create 100, to establish 100 living labs in order to support the transition towards healthy soils. This mission sets specific objectives. You can see them listed here. I'm sure that you're all familiar with this. And based on these goals, they create a framework for projects like Waste4Soil for transforming soils of the EU into healthy soils. So the main goal of Waste4Soil is to turn food processing residues into sustainable soil improvers to enhance soil health and to improve the resilience in food systems. We try to develop and implement practical and applicable technical pathways to transform food processing residues into valuable inputs for agriculture. This is going to be achieved by a circular, systemic, and multi-actor approach implemented at regional levels, engaging all the food chain value actors. With this approach, Waste4Soil also contributes to closing resource specific loops, specifically for nutrients, organic matter, and water. Apart from the technical aspect of the project, main goal is the contribution of raising awareness and fostering collaboration between the research and the industry and the farmers through public events, conferences, and workshops. We engage farmers and food producers, policymakers, and citizens in order to establish a common understanding of the healthy soil and the adoption of circular solutions. Also within the project, by the end of the project, we will develop an evaluation tool so that Living Lab stakeholders can plan, implement, and monitor the project actions. The main focus in the first period of the project was mapping and monitoring. We started mapping and characterizing waste streams included within the food industries, quantities, characteristics, and this was the first step in order to realize where are the food waste is producing, what its characteristics, and how we can transform it into sustainable soil improvers. Furthermore, we had our partner Wageningen developed sensorized monitors and a digital management tool, Genio, where we can monitor and track the food waste and the emissions during the transportation and the storage. And finally, we have developed a friendly user app which connects the food industries with the waste management in order to connect directly the demand with the supply and streamline the logistics. In the later stage of the process, the project, we focused in transforming the food process residues into soil improvers. You can see some of our soil improvers that are produced, the main ones. We characterize it, and after we ensure their safety and their agronomic compliance, we implement them in real field tests. After the application, we monitor the impact of the soil improvers implementation in the soil, conducted sampling prior the application and after the application. Most commonly parameters that we measured was the physicochemical characteristics of the soil, its texture and its nutrient content. And along with this one, we are monitoring the plant and the crop's health by analyzing its production rate, yield, and the other and other characteristics according to the crop implemented. At the end of the project, to assess the further impact of the whole process through the production to the implementation, we will conduct a life cycle assessment and a life cycle costing analysis. So Waste4Soil has developed 7 living labs across Europe, in Spain, Finland, Italy, Greece, Hungary, Slovenia, and Poland. And all these living labs are treating a different kind of FPRs in order to produce the soil improvers. You can see here some of the pictures of the technologies that are used across the living labs. These are different technological solutions. We have mainly 5 processing routes: digestate processing, composting, biochar, protein hydrolysis, and microalgae routes. Some of the technologies used is selective dialysis, bioelectrochemical membranes, biochar, pyrolysis, fermentation, and microalgae. Here you can see the main products produced, compost, and biostimulants from microalgae, ammonium sulfate by the bioelectrochemical and selective dialysis processes, protein hydrolysates, and biochar. And on the second period of the project, we will also study the formulations of these products by combining them and also assessing them in tests. Here you can see nice pictures of our field tests. The crops that were used are different in most of the living labs. Also, the soil types differ from living lab to living lab. Most common crops were vineyard and wheat, and also tomato. And looking forward for the next steps of the project, where we could formulate new soil improvers. We will have the second field test trials period, and the results of the sensorized containers and the digital platform. We will have the launch of the user app. We will connect the food producers with the soil improver producers. We'll conduct the assessments and the business model development. So this project has 27 partners. Service coordinator is happy to coordinate this project. You can see the our contact details in this slide. And thank you very much for your attention.